I was in the ring. I stepped inside the ring myself. And I don't agree with that. As a promoter, I don't have to agree with it, but guess what? Sometimes you have to, you know, walk in the park with these guys. You know, sometimes you have to play ball with these guys. But as a fighter, I just do not agree with it.
Oscar, háblanos en español para esta gran función de octubre 21, encabezada por Alexis Rocha y Giovanni Santillan. ¿Qué es lo que puede esperar la afición del boxeo?
Fíjate que es una gran pelea. La verdad que estoy sorprendido un poco de que ambos tomaron la pelea, porque es una pelea difícil para ambos. Giovanni, yo he seguido su carrera por ya bastante tiempo. Obviamente su estilo es un estilo agresivo, un estilo que viene a pelear, ¿no? Y se conocen muy bien, Giovanni y Alexis Rocha. Así que esta pelea desde el Forum en Los Ángeles, el ambiente, creo que les va a sacar a ambos peleadores ese coraje, ¿no? Para darles una buena pelea.
Esta es la tercera ocasión que Alexis encabeza una cartelera tuya. ¿Lo ves tú como el próximo gran estrella de Golden Boy?
Pues fíjate que nosotros estamos solamente posicionando a Alexis Rocha para un título mundial. Alexis Rocha, él tiene la oportunidad, sí, de coronarse campeón mundial muy pronto. Él es número 1 del mundo actual. Tenemos una situación con Terence Crawford. No sabemos si va a subir de peso a las 154 libras o 147. Eso esperemos en la próxima convención de la OMB. Y veremos a ver si Crawford se queda o no. Pero esta pelea sí va a ser una pelea muy interesante, porque el ganador obviamente va a pelear por un campeonato mundial.
El hecho de que la pelea sea en un lugar icónico como el Forum, ¿para ti qué significa como boxeador? ¿Algún recuerdo en especial? ¿Algo que te llegue a la mente?
Sí, la verdad que yo peleé mi primera pelea en el Forum como profesional. Y le estaba comentando que el único momento que yo me recuerdo es de Ricardo Montalbán, el gran actor. Cuando tumbé a Lamar Williams, subió las manos, se paró y gritó campeón. Eso me recuerdo, y es unos momentos muy bonitos. Ricardo era un fan mío y le gustaba el boxeo mucho.
¿Qué tan sorprendido estás con el progreso que ha tenido Alexis Rocha en esos
Fíjate que él tomó el paso hace como 2 peleas. Creo que fue una pelea en el YouTube Theater, en donde demostró la quijada, demostró pegue, aguante, demostró todo en esa pelea. Era una pelea fuerte, difícil. Me recordaba el contrincante, me recordaba a Ike Cortez, fuerte, con un jab, quijada, mucho corazón. Y esa pelea me demostró que Alexis Rocha está solamente aprendiendo, creciendo. Y ahora es el momento de Rocha. Ahora es el momento de coronarse campeón mundial, pero el contrincante no va a ser fácil. No va a ser fácil para Rocha. Es una pelea difícil, fuerte, pero eso es lo que queríamos. Porque el forum y la gente, el público, se merece ese tipo de pelea.
Oscar, you've been very successful.
What's up, brother?
I'm good. Good to see you. How are you feeling today?
My man.
Beautiful day. It's not cheap making fights in California.
No.
There's a lot of taxes, but you still do it. You could go somewhere else and do it for way cheaper. So why bring all the fights here?
Look, I've had a mission for a while now, and that's to bring back boxing to LA. Yeah, it's not easy, like you mentioned. I'm glad you brought it up. We are talking to the California Commission. We are talking to politicians to hopefully change that in order to bring more fights here, because every big fight is obviously in Las Vegas. Every fight now is taking place overseas in New York, Texas, now Arizona. So, the fact that we're LA based, the fact that I was born and raised here, I want to be able to showcase a lot of these young fighters like Rocha, and fights like William Cepeda and Hesta the other night, which was an amazing fight. I want to keep that tradition here. I want to keep that tradition and continue bringing the best, fighters and fights, to LA, to California.
You almost had a flawless career as a fighter. Going back, if you had to start being a promoter from day one, what would you do different?
As a promoter, do different. Okay. As a promoter, do different. I think I truly feel that we've been on the right track ever since the beginning. It's like, people always ask me, what would you change from your career? I wouldn't change anything. I mean, it's my career was what it was, and I'm happy with it. Win or lose, everything happens for a reason, right? So as a promoter, I think everything we've been doing has been correct. Everything we've been doing, is building fighters and doing the best job possible. So, for these kids, giving them the opportunity, So I don't think I would change anything. I mean, there's a lot of things I can change in boxing that I would love to, but it's not my job
like
to
what?
do so. I mean, there's just the judging, for instance. It's crazy. The judging is crazy. I don't know how. I do understand that if it's a close round, you're gonna get your controversy, whatever, because look, judges are human, and they're gonna make mistakes, or they're gonna favor a style, they're gonna favor the aggression, they're gonna favor. I think there should be some kind of like retraining for all judges, and maybe get these younger kids to come in and judge fights. Maybe you're 20, 25 years old, 30 years old, instead of, 60, 70, 80, It makes a big difference.
Oscar, do you see a stoppage in this fight?
I see, yeah, I do. I see one of those classic fights, I see one of those classic fights, two Californians going at it at a, historical venue like the Forum. I can see one of those classic LA, fights against San Diego. Rocha with one loss and his opponent is undefeated. It's gonna be a classic war, a classic LA war at the Forum. So it should be fun.
Oscar, you talked about bringing a lot more fights to Los Angeles. Is Ryan Garcia's next fight going to be in Los Angeles by any chance?
We're currently now working on a venue, but again, like you mentioned, California taxes are just are killing us, and so it just all depends. It depends on the opponent. It depends on what Ryan wants. We'll be talking to him shortly, and but we're gunning for, I believe, November 18, live on the Zone, and hopefully it will be in LA, but we don't know yet.
I know the Zone has that Diego Pacheco fight on the 18th at the YouTube Theater. Is that perhaps going to be a conflict with the Zone, or?
The Zone has been doing a lot of like double programming, fights during the day and then the main fight at night, kind of like a lead-in to the main fight. So I'm pretty sure the Zone's plan is to make sure that the fans get a lot of boxing on that day and that night. So yeah, should be a good day for boxing.
Who have you targeted for the opponent for Ryan?
Not yet. I can't really say anybody, or else they add another zero behind the negotiations. So, but yeah, no, we'll get a top guy. I mean, look, Ryan Garcia is coming off a loss. he's coming off a knockout loss, and so me as a promoter, we have to, you know, make sure what's best for his career and match him up correctly and bring him back and then go after the big guns.
Next question.
Oscar, tú eres uno de los grandes responsables de grandes peleas en Las Vegas, en fechas importantes para la afición mexicana. Obviamente tuviste una muy buena función aquí en Los Ángeles. UFC este pasado fin de semana tuvo también una muy buena función ahí en Las Vegas. ¿Crees que existe algún peligro de que el boxeo pierda esas fechas importantes a UFC en Las Vegas?
No, no tengo ninguna preocupación. Lo que sí estoy confundido es de que por qué no Canelo peleó en esas fechas. Obviamente la comisión de Las Vegas va a querer a Canelo mejor que una función de UFC.
Uh-huh.
El boxeo siempre va a ser la prioridad para la comisión en cualquier estado. Yo creo que Canelo peleando o la estrella del momento peleando en esa fecha siempre va a tomar prioridad en cualquier estado. Así que no hay ninguna preocupación. Yo creo que UFC hizo lo bien de tener esa cartelera
Uh-huh.
en Las Vegas para los mexicanos y las fiestas. Y eso trae mucho orgullo, ¿no? Y eso lo hicieron muy bien. Pero el boxeo siempre va... Si tenemos una estrella como el Canelo o como un Ryan García, que es el próximo, o Jaime Munguía, el boxeo siempre va a ser la prioridad.
Okay. Thank you, guys.